Hey losers, I'm Coral. Welcome back to my channel. I am here today with the books that I purchased in September. Actually, as you could tell by my thumbnail, I bought quite a few teen vintage horror novels, horror thrillers, a couple point horrors, a couple Christopher Pikes, and a Fear Street book. So, also, you know, a couple other things. So let me tell you about them. Should I start with the vintage? I probably should. First, I bought a replacement copy of Weekend by Christopher Pike. I haven't read this one yet, but the cover I had was like some weird Scholastic one, and like I really just wanted this like original point horror cover. Is much cooler, and also like it matches my other Christopher Pike stuff. So this is about this group of teenagers who go on vacation to Mexico, but bad things keep happening. A cursed vacation story. Let's see, what else here? I've got Witch by Christopher Pike, a very neon cover. Love this shit. This is about a young woman who is a witch. And I love this. She has these powers, but they seem like very particular for like no reason. It says that she has the ability to heal people with her touch. She can also know things that are happening in far off places when she looks in water that has sunlight shining on it. But if she looks at water with moonlight shining on it, something bad might happen. And she does this, and she sees something, not sure, she's like really not sure like what. It involves her though, so she's worried about this happening, but also because it had the moonlight shining on it, she doesn't really know like if this is really going to occur or not. It sounds so silly. I love it. Then I also got Die Softly by Christopher Pike. This is about this, you know, the synopsis of this might not be so widely published. If this was a book published today, probably wouldn't be picked up by like Scholastic or this is an Archway. So this is about a boy who leaves his camera in the cheerleaders' locker room in their, I think, shower. Maybe I'm making that part up. Yeah, in the showers, to apparently photograph pictures of these naked teenage girls, right? He's also a teenage boy, so it's like weird and gross, but at least it doesn't cross like that other line of this being an adult and doing it. But what he's doing is terribly wrong, and he does not catch what he expects to catch. He actually catches the assault of this girl who turns up later dead in a car accident, and he's like, well, I don't think that this was a car accident because I saw someone hit her with a baseball bat. I got pictures of it. But the even worse part of this, according to the synopsis, isn't necessarily that this girl was hurt, but that the person who hurt her knows about the photographs. So we'll see. His name is Herb. Actually, you know, it does not specify whether Herb is a teenager or not, but his name is Herb, which makes me suspect, honestly. I really hope he's another teenage boy, not a fucking grown man doing that. Then I got another point horror. This is Beach Party by R.L. Stine, and this is about a summer party that takes a nasty turn, apparently, and there might be a killing, and it might be the main character, Karen. Oh no! So, this is a cover that I really enjoy, with the ripped up, it looks like stabbed Sunbrella. Then I picked up another point horror. This is April Fools by Richie Tankersley Cusick. This is about a group of teenagers who are involved in a car accident. They flee the scene and nobody knows that they were involved, but then these pranks start happening to them. Very like mean pranks, but also maybe they deserved it a little bit. Maybe they deserve a little prank for hitting and running. And then a point horror, or sorry, a Fear Street. This is The Best Friend by R.L. Stine. It says, oh my god, my cats. Fang Fang, really, she is just been such a fucking brat lately. She's just picking fights with everybody. It says, who is Honey Perkins? She's been telling everyone in Shadyside that she's Becca Norwood's best friend, but Becca's sure she's never met Honey before. That is such a cute name. Honey systematically moves in on Becca's life, copying her in every way, but when Becca presumes to have more than one best friend, the horrible accidents begin. Does Honey just want a friend? Becca wonders. Or does she want more? Much more. So how dare Becca have more than one best friend? I hope Honey teaches her a lesson. I found this old true crime book, Murder of Innocence, The Tragic Life and Final Rampage of Lori Dan, which I know I've heard about before, but because that's why this was on like a wish list, you know, but I don't always remember the details. But this is apparently a woman who went on a rampage and killed some children, and her life maybe wasn't as idyllic as it seemed. She came from a prominent family and then married into another prominent family, but you know, money doesn't always... Listen, money can solve problems, that is a fact, but money cannot solve mental illness. It can't solve it. It can get you help, but like money itself, being wealthy, does not just mean you don't have mental health issues. So there's that. What else? I also picked up a copy of #1 Fan by Meg Ellison. This is a book that came out last year that I really wanted to read. Very excited to find a used copy of it. This is a thriller about an author who gets picked up by her #1 fan. Although she doesn't know this at first, she gets into a cab, right? And then she wakes up in the driver's basement. So what a horrible, awful thing, which also kind of coincidentally seems like it might have similarities with this tiny little novella I've been wanting to read. This is It's Me, Charlie by C.M. Quitro? I don't know how to pronounce that. So sorry. This I'm going to read next month. I bought this so I can read it next month in October. This is about a man who has this an alter ego online as a woman, and this alter ego is friends with another woman who is an author, and you know, he's been kind of pushing his way into this other woman's life. And I really don't know much more about it. I just know it's about like internet catfishing. My Midwest accent came out there for a second. Internet catfishing, and that's all you have to tell me. Like, that's it. That's interesting to me. So I haven't heard like opinions on how good this is. I kind of don't want to know just because it's so short. And I'm going to read it next month, so I don't know. If you liked it, tell me, but if you didn't, don't tell me yet, okay? All right, we'll talk about it next month. Then I also picked up His Black Tongue by Mitchell Luthi, and I thought this was a novella, and I was like, oh, when I got it, I was like, what the fuck? This is a big book. But it turns out it is a novella, but it's also in a collection, so I don't know exactly how I feel about only reading the novella next month and then leaving the rest of the short stories for later, but maybe I'll do it. I guess I'll see how I feel about that. Maybe once I finish a couple of my other books I have been wanting to read, but this sounds so good though. Like, whether or not I get to it in October, like, this is a book that is going to be a high priority for me. This is a book that takes place in 14th century France. It is like medieval. It involves a plague and religion. So those are like my things. Medieval religion, stuff like that. I love, like The Devils of Loudun and Boys in the Valley. It wasn't quite medieval, but it, you know, it was like religious horror, older religious horror, not so much modern day religious horror. Although, like, I really love The Exorcist, like, stuff like that. The thing is like, I want a horror book with religion, involving religion, where it's not like, religion saves you. I don't like that. I don't give a shit. I just don't, that's not for me. But when there are religious elements and like still bad stuff continues to happen, I love that. I love it. So I'm really interested in that one. And then I got this on Pango. I've wanted to find a copy of this for forever just because the cover is so fucking cool. This is Psychic Teenage Bloodbath by Carl John Lee. I believe that this is from the UK, which was why it was hard to find. And also, the copy I have has a signed book plate from Abominable Book Club, which I know is based in the UK. So this is about a young woman who's in a coma, but she's not like unconscious. It's kind of interesting. And it says, unable to sleep, Susan has gone quite mad. And she discovers that she can still affect people even if she cannot move her physical body. So very interesting. This also maybe could be a novella for next month. Possibly, we'll see. Okay, then the last two books here are from the Nightworms package for this month. There is Wild Spaces by S.L. Coney. This is about a young teenager who has something kind of awaken inside of him when his estranged grandfather shows up, who his parents, it seems like these changes make his parents like fearful and uncomfortable, but like his grandfather's like welcoming them. You know, it looks cosmic horror-y just because of the tentacles, because of why else would you have them if it wasn't cosmic horror and it wasn't a creature feature with an actual octopus? And honestly, cosmic horror is not my shit, so I don't know about that one. I guess maybe I'll have to see what some other people say about it before I can be excited about it. And then also Vampires of El Norte by Isabel Cañas. This is a vampire novel set in Mexico in the 1840s, which sounds great. This is about a woman who, as a child, was bitten by a vampire, and she was with a young man who like ran off believing she was dead, and like he's lived with his guilt for years, thinking that he left this girl he liked for dead, but they come together and I'm assuming like trying to fight the vampires? I don't know, but my god, the cover of this, the colors are so fucking beautiful. What a beautiful book. I have her other book, Isabel Cañas' other book, The Hacienda, which I haven't read yet, but I should get on that. So those are the books that I bought this month. I'd love to know, except for It's Me, Charlie, if you read them and if you liked them or if you didn't like them. And you know, also what you were really excited to acquire this month. That's all I have for you though. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys later. Goodbye!